It's the Mixed Martial Arts Hour with
Ariel Helwani.
The Mixed Martial Arts Hour is back in your life. He is the aforementioned Jared Cannonier, the killer gorilla himself, who was victorious on Saturday night. Great fight against Kelvin Gastelum. He won via decision, went 5 rounds with big Kelvin Gastelum. He is kind enough to join us now via the magic of Zoom. There he is. Still, you know, look at that face. I mean, it's perfect. No marks on your face. 5 rounds with Kelvin. Oh, right there. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
25 minutes with Kelvin Gastelum and you walk away with just that. That's a pretty good night. After the fight, one of the first things that you said on the mic to Daniel Cormier, which obviously drew a lot of headlines, was you want to get back in there because, as you put it, you're broke. How dire is this situation?
I mean, it's not dire. It's just a natural occurrence, if you will. You know, of course, coming off of the injury, you know, I'm not balling out of control or anything like that. You know, and a lot of people don't understand that when we have these fights, that we owe people money after these fights. You know, so after this win, 60% of my money is already gone between the gym, between management, between taxes. On top of that, I got bills, credit cards. I got kids. I have a house up in Alaska. I got a house here. I got car payments. That money goes. Money don't last forever. And right now, fighting is our only revenue. I don't have sponsors or anything like that. I ain't got nobody. You know, fighting is my only focus. I'm not out here doing commercials or anything like that, you know. Nobody's asking me to be in the next Marvel movie. So, you know, and not being able to fight for the last 10 months, you know, put a strain on our pockets. So I'm glad to have gotten back in there. I'm glad that I get 2 checks plus that main event bonus. And I'm glad I'm not injured so I can do it again. I don't need a super quick turnaround, but, you know, the division is moving on. We got big fights coming up this weekend and, you know, and I'm ready to go. So, you know, I'm not, you know, everybody's saying, you know, the UFC needs to pay its fighters. In my situation, when I quit my job, I was able to get paid from the UFC to sustain myself, you know, so I'm not here to say the UFC isn't paying me because I'm getting paid pretty good from the UFC. It's just that money don't last forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here balling out of control. I'm not splurging or anything like that. You know, I'm not stupid. I don't spend my money on dumb stuff, but it's just life, I guess. I would like to get paid. I am a high-level, elite-level athlete. I would like to get paid like elite-level athletes, like the ones in the NFL and the NBA and the ones that playing baseball and soccer and doing all that stuff. You know, they get sponsors, but they get, you know, they don't need sponsors. All they need is that check from the that 3-letter organization. So that's what we need here in the UFC. That's who we're all like, you know? So like you said, I'm a high-level athlete who just did all that stuff you just said. You know what I'm saying? I should have 6 figures in my account that I don't even need to touch. You're absolutely right about that. I shouldn't have to worry about, man, if I get injured and I can't fight anymore, what the hell am I going to do? And unfortunately, that is a situation that a lot of us fighters are in, that I'm in myself. You know what I'm saying? My wife is getting ready to get up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? That, which is against the structure that we have as a family. You know what I'm saying? She does so much here at the house, maintaining the home, taking care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everything is where it needs to be so I can go and do my thing and not have to worry about everything else that's going on. But I don't know. I'm not going to say, well, yeah, whatever, man. Like I said, it's a three-letter organization, the biggest one. It has to be well over 4 billion it sold 4 years ago. So we should be getting paid a little bit more. Yeah, absolutely.
Over the past 10 months, did you have to go get another job while you were on the sidelines?
I mean, my wife started training to start working.
Okay.
You know, so she's doing the intern part right now. She's working without getting paid, but she's on a full-time schedule. So I'm having to, you know, take the kids to school, bring the kids home, help with homework until she gets off, and hopefully I can go to train tonight and tomorrow, you know, at nights. But I can't like go to pro practice because I pick my kids up at 3:15, and it's usually the lines wrong. It's a line at the schools and stuff to pick up the kids, so you don't get out of it till like 4. You know, practice starts at 3, ends at 4:30. So this shit, you know, the lack of money is definitely cutting in on my training time.
Right now, it is an honor to have the hottest free agent in combat sports join us right now via the magic of Zoom. The one and only Gable Dan Steveson joins us right now. How are you, my friend? Good to have you on.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on. I'm doing fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I see that smile. You are doing such a great job, Gable. Golly. Is this all you? Is someone helping you behind the scenes here? Because what you are doing, every moment I see, you're at Bellator. Yeah, and I'm going to talk about every single stop. But this is fantastic stuff. Who's guiding you throughout this process, Gable?
I'm guiding myself. I decided to take it in my own hands to go out there and meet these people myself. And like you said, it puts a smile on my face and it puts a smile on your face. And that's good. And I'm glad you're paying attention.
Now, what about UFC? Because Dana White said he was going to meet with you in Vegas. Did that meeting happen?
Meeting did not happen. I got to Vegas and I was on go the whole day. So I had no time to reach out or nothing.
You stood up Dana White? You're a bigger badass than I thought.
Man, you know, I don't know, you know, it's just,
tell me.
He's got my number. He can reach out, you know, he's got my number. He can reach out.
You felt like he wasn't coming at you aggressive enough. He didn't want you enough.
He's not coming at me like that. So like I said, I wait my turn. Dana, you have my phone number. You have my Instagram. I don't run to people, you know. I do my job. I wrestle. I win championships. I put on for the university. I put on for USA.
Okay, so here's the thing, Gable. Brock Lesnar, you know, I've had the privilege of talking to a lot of big dudes, scary dudes, fighters. Without a doubt, the most intimidating man that I've ever stood next to while doing an interview. I can't say that. I'm thinking it, no lie. It's not a great look. It's a horrible haircut. You could say it like that? Holy crap. And you're not afraid that he's going to come and bury you in the sand?
Nah, he knows what it is. I mean, we've had the match in the wrestling room that no one sees. So.
Oh, snap. What have you done? What have you done to Brock? Tell me.
You know, I take care of my business. That's all I gotta say.
So when you're an 18-year-old, you're not intimidated by him? Like, did you have a moment there where this is Big Brad Brock Lesnar?
Bro, I was scared as hell of him.
Okay. It's one of the all-time greats in the history of combat sports. Of course, former Strikeforce champion, former Dream champion, former UFC contender, former K1 champion, and a longtime friend of this here program. He's been on this show. I mean, when we were doing the little rollout for the show and talking to people about, you know, great moments and posting stuff, courtesy of Robert Pearson, by the way, who's doing a great job. So happy to have him in the mix. You see the drawings. This man was featured as one of the first. He's my friend and yours. He's the Demolition Man. He is the one and only ALISTAIR Overeem, who's kind enough to join us. My man, ALISTAIR. How are you? The legend. Welcome back.
Yeah.
The old show, ALISTAIR. The old show's back. We had so many great memories here. The Dougie, Birthday King. Remember? Great memories.
I remember, of course. How can I forget?
I mean,
you still got my iPad.
Yeah, I don't know about that, ALISTAIR. I feel like there's a statute of limitations there. By the way, some might say that without this show, you're not the legend that you became. Like, this show made you famous. That's what people are saying, not me.
It's all because of you, Ariel. It's all because of you.
Oh, ALISTAIR. Who's the bigger star in the Netherlands right now, ALISTAIR Overeem or RICO VERHOEVEN?
I think maybe Rico's bigger. Yeah.
Come on, really?
Yeah, no, because he's doing more. He's doing more media. Like, I'm not doing any media in the Netherlands, and he is doing all the media he can do. I'm a little bit a different character. Also, I don't really enjoy doing media, especially in the Netherlands. I do not enjoy it.
Why? Tell us why. Why don't you like it in the Netherlands?
Because so I'll tell you.
Please,
in the Netherlands, criminality is linked to fight sport.
Oh.
So always when I have to give interviews, I have to explain what a good boy I am and how I'm not doing any criminal activities, and I'm just very dedicated. And then they're always like, huh? Oh, you're actually okay. And, you know, I don't care for approval from people that, I don't know. I just didn't. And then Rico, on the other hand, when you look at Rico, you just know he's not a criminal. He's just like a good, clean guy. And, like I said, a good role model for the sport. And he never really had to endure any of that. And then when he fought Butter's kind of like a little bit more old school. Butter is seen as the criminal, and he was kind of seen as a clean-cut guy. And then, yeah, he kind of came out of that again as the clean-cut guy. So, and for me, yeah, you know, I just always felt I had to defend myself and defend the martial arts. And even though, you know, in the US, the sport is totally accepted. It's a real sport. It's huge. In Japan, before that, it's totally accepted, clean sport. And then I always thought I had to defend that position. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really in the mood for that. I just focus on me, focus on positivity.
What's the difference between that and Game of Thrones? What's the difference?
Really?
It's theater. What's the difference?
You're asking me that?
Yeah. What's the difference? It's theater. It's athleticism. You don't think they're athletes? They're athletes. They're incredible athletes. You can spin around like that and do flips and all that and get landed on your head and all that. You have to respect the craft, correct?
It's lame.
All right, fair enough. Listen, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Lame.
Did you
and
see his hair?
And it's not even a sport. It's just lame.
Sports entertainment.
It's bad acting. It's just lame.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry for being honest. Listen, sorry for all the fans of WWE, but I'm just being honest. I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah.
Free country, right?
Of course.
I think it's lame, and I just because I hadn't seen it for 20 years. I knew it was there.
Sure.
I never watched Brock fight. I never watched the CM Punk fight. I never watched that stuff. It's from WWE. And then why did nobody warn CM Punk what he was getting into? Of course he can't fight in the UFC. Of course he cannot do that. You should have been more honest. You should have warned that guy for what he was getting himself into.
No, I mean, I think a lot of people.
No.
Wait a second. What? Honest about what? No one thought he was going to become like a UFC champion.
That man got mentally destroyed in the octagon.
Yeah.
And if you look at his
but
WWE stuff,
who says otherwise? No one says otherwise.
If you look at his WWE stuff, like I never watched his WWE stuff.
Okay.
But if you look at it, then you can you can already predict it beforehand.
I see what you're saying.
This man is gonna have a bad experience in the UFC. It's not just not gonna be anything because he's gonna win. He's gonna get somebody tougher.
Right.
Or he's gonna lose, and then he's not gonna lose once. This is gonna always be 2 times or 3 times. And he could get hurt. That's the even worse thing. He could have gotten really hurt.
What about Brock?
Training,
Brock went from pro wrestling to UFC and did well.
Are you really going to stick up for that guy?
No, I'm not sticking up, but them's the facts. Are they not?
Are you? Ariel, we're having a little disconnect up here.
No.
We're having a little bit of disconnect up here.
No, I'm just here. What's the problem? Did he not have success in the world of UFC before he got sick?
Pre-USADA.
Ah, okay. All right.
Right?
All right. Here he is, special guest, surprise. We got RICO VERHOEVEN joining us now via the magic of Skype. RICO, my friend, how are you?
Yes, what's up, Ariel? It's been a while.
It has been a while. Well, congratulations on this fight. This is a big-time fight, RICO. You know this, right? You versus ALISTAIR, the 2 worlds colliding, the 2 most famous, dare I say, most famous Dutch kickboxers of all time coming together. I mean, I know there have been a ton of others, but this is a really big deal. You guys colliding October 23rd. What are your feelings, emotions about this fight getting done?
100%. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Of course, I want to congratulate ALISTAIR on getting the fight because this is the fight that actually everybody wants. So and not everybody gets. So I think it's a huge deal for him. Yeah, for me it's just another day at the office, so it's gonna be fun.
Is this a dream fight for you?
Is this a dream fight? Yeah. It is a name that I like to have on the list.
Okay. I mean, this
I like
is
to add.
Right. I would imagine.
So many guys in Glory, and I think he's a very good add-on to the Glory roster.
Do you feel like it's a little ambitious on his part that he's maybe biting off a little more than he can chew? He hasn't competed in about 11 years in kickboxing, and now he is coming to fight you. You know, arguably the greatest Glory heavyweight champion of all time, the king right now. I mean, that's a big jump, no?
Yeah, you're definitely right. But yeah, I think that's the fighter mentality and the fighter heart that he has. And, you know, he's been fighting for so long. So from my part, I think he knows what he's getting into.
But our next guest is looking to ruin all those plans. And so let us go to the Zoom machine and say hello to the aforementioned, the chosen one, Tyron Woodley, who will be representing the sport of MMA on Sunday in Cleveland, Ohio, as he goes up against Jake Paul on Showtime pay-per-view. Boxing only, no wrestling, no jiu-jitsu, no MMA, strictly boxing for your pro debut, the biggest of fights. How would you describe the experience?
For me, I think it's been a lot of highs and lows in the training camp, and most of the highs were really, really high highs, and most of the lows were basically to get me through to get to the highs. You know, dealing with just like only punching. I threw a couple spinning back fists during the sparring sessions, so you know, it was some acclimation too. But I got such a dope team and dope camp, and I just can't wait to play the sport. Like, anytime, like, you know, I remember this when I was fighting Rory McDonald, you were there. I was fighting Rory McDonald in Vancouver. It was his hometown. And I was doing all the edits, all the videos, all the promos. I had all these crazy sponsors. And I spent so much time and energy around all of the wouldn't do any interviews. He wouldn't let anybody into his hotel room. He was locked in and he was focused. And even when the news came that actually this fight is not the number one contendership fight anymore, he still remained focused. That reminds me of the younger version of Tyron Woodley, what Jake Paul is doing. All the down the road, looking at other fighters, all the setting up the theories, a fight on this card, and if was about it, and doing all the additional media and all additional bullshit. I'm just going to sit there and smile because I did it once. You know what I mean? And I'm wise enough now as an OG to know that I'm representing MMA, but I'm representing the OGs for real. Not the older guys, but the real people that really stand for something. That really been around the block a couple times and they got, you know, war rooms to prove it. That's what I stand for. And anybody that really fuck with that are going to love this performance. They're going to love these hands going upside his head. And I didn't buy into the bullshit. I didn't buy into the Disney stuff. I didn't buy into the drama or taking on the extra pressure. And he did. He got so much pressure on him. And I look to go out there and make an example and make a statement. I don't care what whoever had planned, I'm about to go crazy.
Oh my God.
And let me give you my tagline. I'm about to go big.
Oh,
that's going to make a lot more sense to you later. I'm about to go big. I'm about to go big. My equalizer, every dial about to be cranked up to the max. And I'm not going to let somebody tell me that because I started fighting first, I should only punch. No, I'm an artist. And I've always been that way since a kid. I'm a visionary. I've always been that way. And I refuse to sit on my gifts from God. I'm going to turn up in all aspects. This, like I told my coach this morning, I was talking to his wife, and we was at the breakfast table, and I was like, man, she said, how do you feel? I actually feel. I said, it's funny you say that because the way I feel is that if I would have had this knowledge, like I ain't never ran this much in my life, ever. Oh my God. Like stuff I didn't even think was physically possible for me to do at 25. I said, if I would have had this level of expertise with the striking and everything making sense, if I would have had this level of running, if I would have had this level of, you know, just dedication, I said it was a time when nobody could beat me. And I said, I imagine if I had that then, I would have not been just top 5 pound for pound. I'd have been the number 1 pound for pound fighter. I wouldn't have lost a second of a fight. And you know what she told me? It ain't over. That gave me goosebumps. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't over.
Always love talking to Kevin Lee, the Motown phenom. And so let's go to the Zoom machine now and say hello to our final guest of the day, the one and only, the aforementioned Kevin Lee. There he is. Kevin, my man, how are you?
The 170-pound division, I feel like, is wide open. Even though it's got like the pound-for-pound champ sitting at the top, it's kind of wide open, and I feel like you need a real challenger. So it seemed like timing and everything just works right for me to go ahead and take over this division. I feel like I'm already top 5, so this is going to be one of them fights to show a level of difference that I got.
You feel like you're top 5 170 already?
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. I love it.
For sure.
Now,
I look at these guys. I look at skill for skill, and like I said, I've been shying away from media and all this stuff for like the last year almost. And I've been watching this whole time, and I see nobody around here. I see nobody that can bring what I bring to the table. I see nobody that got the skills that I got and can do everything in a complete package. I don't see none of them. So, yeah, it's me.
Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, he's a great champ. He's a great champ. I give it to him. But I don't think he's really been challenged yet by anybody. And I'm here to give him that challenge.
Colby Covington. Leon Edwards.
Leon not really up there. Colby's gonna put up a good fight. Leon would make a good fight, but he's gonna have to. He don't bring the complete package. You know, he might have some decent fighting skills, but it takes more than that in this game. I feel like
Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, Wonderboy Thompson. There's some big names there.
There's some big names. There's some decent names, but they still don't do shit. I mean, really, all them names that you named. Do any of them really do shit? No. It was 30s. You know it. They don't do shit. So we'll see.
Brendan, where's he at? There he is, the one and only Brendan. What's going on, Brendan? How are you?
What a fantastic introduction that was. Wow. Thank you, Ariel.
I'm trying to get you pumped up for Friday, 48 hours away, Brendan. We are on this tour to prove everyone wrong, to shove it down the haters' throat. All of them. I'm not just talking about one, Brendan. I'm talking about all of them. You need me to fly down to Florida to be your hype man, to walk you out? What do you need from me? Obviously, every time you fight, the story is, oh, this was the guy who looked so good on Contender Series. Dana White said he couldn't get in because he went for the shot with 5 seconds left. There's the GIF, all that nonsense, whatever. Does it bother you that that is continuously a thing that is attached to you every time? Look what he's doing. Look how he's proving them wrong. This and that. Does that annoy you? Or has it kind of given you an identity? Has it rallied your fans around you? Has it actually ended up being a good thing for you?
Well, you did tell me, if you're not mistaken, you're like, Brendan, this will work out better for you. And at the time, I couldn't see it. A lot of people were saying that this is going to be better in the long run. But I feel like it's something that's always going to be attached to my career. So I have to embrace it. What's the point in saying, oh, I don't want to? Every time it's brought up in an interview, it gets brought up 3 or 4 times a day in interviews. Yeah. Like, I'm that guy. Like, it's always going to be attached to me. It's part of my story now. And I feel like you're watching a real-life Rocky story unfold under your eyes. That's literally what it's been called.
I saw an interview with you, Brendan, recently, and I got to call you out on this because, you know what? I like you a lot, but I'm going to call BS on this, Brendan. I'm calling BS. You said that the PFL belt means more to you, correct me if I'm wrong, than the $1 million check. There is no chance in hell that that is true. I mean, let's just be honest. It's $1 million, Brendan. That's life-changing money. There's no chance that that is actually true, correct?
Okay, let me pick that apart for a second. When I was on your show, how down was I? Was I down?
Very down.
Very, very down, okay? So to come from that to where I am now, I feel like it symbolizes going from getting told, no, you're not good enough, you're not that guy, and then to go on the roller coaster that I've been on and to get that piece of metal, yeah, $1 million is fantastic. But what I said was, money does come and go in your life, and it always will do. It'll always pass through your hands. But that, I will just look at it and go, I did it.
Very excited to talk to Mr. Kevin Holland, who is kind enough to join us, the one and only Kevin Holland. I haven't talked to him in quite some time. They call him Big Mouth. I call him Mr. Y'all Must Have Forgot, because very soon he's going to come back and he's going to recreate what he did in 2020. Everyone's having a grand old time kicking this man while he's down. Oh, he's lost 2 in a row. He can't wrestle and whatnot. I see what you're doing out there in Texas, Kevin. I know what you're doing. I see you in the lab. I'm looking forward to the return in October. But first, hello, my friend. It's good to talk to you again.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's nice to talk to you as well. How you been?
What do we got over there? Ben & Jerry's? What is that over your right shoulder?
Yeah, it's my little shoe collection over there.
That's
some of my shoe collection.
That is nice. How many pairs do you have?
That's 60 right there with a couple laying around.
60? 60?
Yeah, that's just 60.
How many do you have total?
I counted like another like 60 downstairs earlier with all the boxes that were together. So somewhere around like about 140.
Jeez, man. This time last year, you were en route to that amazing year, 5 wins, all that stuff, undefeated in 2020. I'm assuming your confidence was high. You don't strike me like the kind of guy whose confidence is ever really low despite what's going on in the cage. But how would you describe right now how you're feeling about your career, about, you know, your confidence, your place in the sport coming off those 2 fights earlier this year?
I feel good. I feel good. I know what the top five has to offer. You know, it's like they're not the best in the top five, but I know what the top five has to offer. The striking, you know, maybe when I go against some of the strikers in the top five, it'll be a little different. But no, I know what they have to offer. It was valuable information to you know, put inside the computer, download, and it was motivating. You know, and it's like most people just get motivated off wins. I'm the type of person that sometimes has to bump his head to realize that I need to fix and do some things. So yeah, it's really good. I'm looking forward to the comeback.
Do you regret taking the Vettori fight?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a great story. You know what I mean? It's like he beat me. He lost to Izzy again. You know, it's like he got his way in. I was the person that got somebody to the title. I talked all that crap about Brunson being the you know, the gatekeeper, that I pulled up and took his job. So, you know, no problemo. I don't regret anything. Like I made good money in the UFC. I don't know what Paige Van Zant's money was, but you know, it's like some of these people talking about they don't get paid this much money in the UFC, they don't get paid that much money in the UFC. Either A, they need to fight more, or B, they need to get a better manager. You know what I mean? And it's like, I make good money. I'm very, very happy. My son's happy. My mom's happy. My stepdad's happy. My daddy's happy. My grandma's happy. My whole family's happy. So I don't know what they're complaining about.
Okay, so this is the other side of the coin. You know, we spotlight a guy named Jared Cannonier who was talking about not getting paid. I guess the difference might be, and I believe every word that you're saying, you know, what in the past, I don't know, year and 2-3 months, you have fought 7 times. He hasn't. So that could obviously be a factor in all of this, right?
Yeah, it's a big difference. And then even when I'm not fighting, you know, it's like however much the mortgage is on my house and however much the money is that I have to put out every month for have to bills, you know, not the fun stuff, have to bills, it's covered on sponsorship end. That's the media that we talk about. So it's like, I'm not really coming out of pocket too many different ways on different things unless I'm just out having a good time. I like to have a good time. You see the shoes in the back.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, yeah, I don't understand what people are complaining about. You know, it's like, do your job and you will be more than paid.
He is the new reigning, defending Bellator featherweight champion. He is on the come up. Dare I say, he has already arrived. He just finished one of the pound for pound best in the sport, Patricio Pitbull. He's still undefeated. He's the son of a legend. He's about to get paid, and he's going to be my broadcast partner on Sunday. He's the mercenary himself, the great AJ McKee, kind enough to join us. AJ, my man, how are you? And we got Antonio in the house, too. We got Senior up in this, too. What's going on, guys?
What up, Ariel? How you doing? It's a pleasure.
It's going very well. I'm very happy to have you on. Great to see you. Congrats on everything. And I'm really pumped when I found out you're going to be on the broadcast on Sunday. That's freaking awesome. Congrats, man.
I can't wait, man. It's going to be fun. I'm excited, you know. It's going to be fun, you know, especially just stepping into the boxing world a little bit. And you got Tyron Woodley and YouTube sensation Jake Paul. Like, it's going to be a great show.
Is your next fight at 155 or 145?
I would like to go up to 55. My father also kind of wants. You want me to say 55 or go?
Well, let's hash it out right now. Let's hash it out, Pops. What are we feeling?
45, at 45 and then go up to 55. He says it's going to take me 6 months to put on the muscle to stay at 55.
Interesting. Okay, but if it was up to you, let's go get that second belt or just test the waters at 55. Like perfect second world. Belt. So it's the rematch with Pitbull, but now for his other title.
Yeah, or I'll fight his brother.
But he doesn't have a title.
Exactly, but he's number 1 contender. What else makes sense?
Well, I think they just announced he's fighting Peter Queally again in November. I say we run it back for the 155 belt. That's the biggest fight they could do.
That's the only fight that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Pitbull don't want, he needs a break.
Oh, so you've already thrown this out there.
I mean, we go back to 2017, I was throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I want both the belts. That's my cake and me eating it too. This is what I've said throughout the tournament. So I would like that. I think that should happen. You know, it's the fight everybody wants to see. I'm sure a lot of people think it was a fluke the first time. So let's put the icing on the cake.
Now, can I tell you one thing, AJ, that annoys me? Like, I put up this poll after your fight, and I was like, okay, I want to know from the people, who do you think wins? Because it's been a while since we've had champions in Bellator who I think are on the level of the UFC champions, and you're one of those guys. And so I said, AJ McKee, Alexander Volkanovski, who wins? And I got a lot of people say, this is a crazy question. How dare you, blah, 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 blah. You're a great freaking matchup. Volkanovski's amazing. But the idea that he's going to steamroll through you just because the UFC champion is absolutely ludicrous. When you see this, how do you feel? It's cap. It's cap. It's all cap, AJ.
Cap. Yeah, I think, once again, this is what I've done my entire life. He's spent majority of his life doing other things, playing rugby and so forth. He's a great champion, but this is my sport, Ariel. This is what I do. Like, I'm gonna kill or be killed in that cage. So when it comes to another fighter, especially at 145 pounds, it's not gonna be nice. I'm coming out victorious. Obviously, like I said, I've had Ortega put me in a triangle when I was 19.
Wow.
Up at a UFC Torrance. I gotta get that hit back one day. Like, I got a hit list. I took care of everybody in our gym. You know, everybody in the gym, from Brett Cooper, everybody, anybody you can think of that's been our gym. Like, I had a hit list and I took them out one by one. So it's like they don't call me a mercenary for no reason. I signed that document. Like, I go for it. You know what I mean? It's kill or be killed. But yeah. Volkanovski, he's good. He's cool. I don't think he's the best, but I mean, whatever.
Who's the best 145er on the planet right now?
Hey, kidding me? He fucking blow right through that guy.
I'm trying to be nice.
No.
Watching the styles, what the fuck? It wouldn't even go 2 rounds. He might finish him in the first round. What is he gonna do? That guy's too fucking small. We're talking range, distance, timing, speed, strength. That's like a fucking truck running into a fucking Volkswagen.
Hey, Volkswagens are fast. Oh, well, that wasn't the argument. I'm sorry.
I get it. We've got one of the legends of the game coming up next. One of the greatest female fighters of all time. She returned to action after a very long layoff, her first fight since 2016. Looked fantastic in her win over Marion Renault. She's got that mom strength now. She is on top of the game. The word is she's returning in October. But before that, she's going to be a part of the Invicta FC broadcast team this Friday. We're talking about Cupcake MIESHA Tate, who's kind enough to join us via the Magic of Zoom. There she is. MIESHA, how are you?
Hey, excellent, Ariel. How's it going?
It's going well. Stressful day? What's going on? Mom life. It's tough, right?
Yeah, it is. It's tough. We had a few hiccups this morning, but baby's asleep and I got time, so here I am.
We were trying to make the point that there's just a lot that goes into this. It's not, hey, you get money and then you go to the bank. There's taxes, there's managers, there's coaches. I'm assuming that's what you were trying to say, but it felt almost, at least to me, like it was a bit annoying to you that it was being taken in a different context or maybe misconstrued. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to maybe clear the air if you want it.
Oh, absolutely. I really appreciate that. What I was trying to say is that it's not all, like you said, just money that gets to go in the bank. There is, 60 to 70%. I spend closer to 70% of my check on, right? It'll go to taxes, it'll go to coaches, it'll go to all these different things. I'm okay with that because that's me investing in myself. I'm not going to complain that I'm in a 37% tax bracket. That means I'm making a lot of money. You know what I mean? Having to pay taxes is a good thing. And also paying my coaches. I have more coaches. I have more people who understand what's going on in the game. And hey, you know what? It's all right. Like, I'm down to spend the money on myself. I spend all organic, grass-fed. If it doesn't run, fly, swim, or come straight out of the ground, I didn't need it. My diet was very expensive. My food prep, all these things. And to be fair, a lot of them were first-time purchases that will benefit me because I haven't bought it in 5 years. Like you invest in new running shoes, you invest in a new bike, you invest in a new polar heart rate monitor or whatever, like these kinds of things. Like my camp was very expensive, but the results were great.
She's still a star. She is a legend. She is a pioneer. She's all that and more. You can throw any accolade her way. She's the one and only CRIS CYBORG, our final guest of the day, kind enough to join us via the magic of Zoom. and she is in Colombia, I do believe, right now. Right, Chris?
I'm in Colombia. I'm doing the treatments again, Bioaccelerate and put stem cells and whole body again. You know, the fourth time I come here, and it's my family, Bioaccelerate.
Yes, a lot of fighters are going over there doing this stuff, and so you feel like this really helps you. It keeps you rejuvenated. It keeps you healthy. People glow about this treatment. They say it's life changing, career altering. Same for you?
Yeah, same for me. You know, I mean, really, I don't have bad injuries all my career. You know, I'm very blessed about this. But you know, the little injuries I had along my career, man, now I'm not having any problem. You know, I feel great. I feel can fight more 10 years.
Wow.
You know, this is a strategy. This is the strategy. It's fourth time coming in.
As you know, Kayla Harrison was successful, and you popped up on Twitter after her win and said, hey, let's go, super fight 155, this and that. She was like, oh, yeah, of course you can make 155, all this stuff. And she only has one fight left on her PFL deal. Is this something that you want? What a fight it would be. Kayla Harrison versus CRIS CYBORG. Is this something that you want? Is this something that you are going to try to actively get her to come to Bellator to fight you in this super fight?
No, I think it's going to be a great fight for me. You know, she don't need to come in for 145. We can fight 155. And then, you know, she said the last fight in her contract too, I saw. And I believe maybe she's can sign with the UFC, but she's make more money than Amanda Nunes in PFL. You know, I don't know how it's going to be works, but maybe we can do one fight champion versus champion. And Scott Coker can be my co-promoter. And maybe, you know, in the future, and it's a great fight, you know. People say, she's gonna take you down. You know, I believe in the fight. Wrestling can beat judo, and she's maybe can take me down, yes, but they can take down her too. And there's an MMA fight. You know, the only I think she's can worry about the strike, because if you see her couple fights, she's at 10-0 or 11-0. And the girls fight her like scared to get a takedown and scared to punch for takedown. And really, when you fight a judo girl, you can think about maybe you're going to get a takedown. Yes, it's an MMA fight, but you cannot be afraid to get a takedown. So, and she's afraid to strike too when she's fighting the girls, you know. And the example is when she's fighting Cindy Dandois. Cindy Dandois came from judo. So she's really confident in her strike. She's supposed to use the strike for fighting Cindy Dandois, you know, but she's no confidence. She's just did judo takedown. And I don't know, but it's going to be a great fight.
As well, and thanks to all of you. Back next week, same time and place. Until then, I say peace. I'm out of here.